Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on in. My name is Shake, and I am along with the Professor Nicholas Mullick. We're going to be talking about our experience at TNA Slammiversary this past Sunday. It was a heck of a fun show. Beautiful part of town to be in. Absolutely in beautiful Long Island, New York. Got to meet the professor. Excellent time. It's been a year, well long overdue. We'll definitely get to our grades at the end of the show. We're just going to talk about a little bit about the arena. I mean, the professor used to work there. It was my first time here, my first initial impressions. It was interesting. I parked in the garage across the street, no real issues. I took my time getting out, so I wasn't really in a hurry, but there was a decent jam. But, I predicted that going in, so it didn't really bother me. It was a little bit of a gong show getting in. Someone in front of me couldn't get their parking pass to work, so they just sat there for like 10 minutes before the guy was like, "Yeah, I'm going to stop traffic so you and this other person can get in the other line." I was like, "All right, man, whatever." I got stuck in like 30 minutes of traffic on my way down. There was two bad accidents. It was not great getting there, but has nothing to do with TNA, not on them. But it was fun once I got there. I like the outside of the UBS arena. It looks like they had a little bar area that the professor said was closed, but it was nice to look at inside. It was a smaller arena, nothing grandiose, nothing insanely special, but it was nice. Not incredibly dirty. I would say the bathrooms were pretty clean. I liked the tiling, kind of had like a subway feel, like the train station kind of feel. It was cool for that. Um, but yeah, I mean, no major complaints, just a couple things here or there.
Yeah, Shake said, I used to work at the arena. It feels weird entering there as a fan. After I left there, I worked full time. I didn't really go to shows as a fan. So it was a unique experience. A few things I want to mention as well. Number one, the parking was a bit of a mess. And I told this story to Shake. I'll tell it here. They got a fix on their parking. Like their parking staff is a mess. When I got there, which was at around, I think it was around 5:30, if I remember correctly. Was it 5:30? I can't remember.
Mm,
When I got there, I asked the guys, where do I go, direction wise to park? Because I don't usually park in the Silver Lot when I used to work there. I parked like deep into where the Naira place was, like deep into where the horse stables are. So when I asked them, where do you park? And they pointed me in the direction to this lot, which was apparently where the employees parked. So they basically pointed me into a direction where employees at the arena were supposed to park. And here I am driving around in circles at that area. Like, where the hell do I scan? Because I bought my parking pass on Parking Whiz, which is on their website. $54 is a ridiculous amount of money. It's come on, $54 to freaking park is ridiculous. But so I'm going around. I'm like, where the heck do I scan? And so I find an employee who's like going around, walking around, a parking employee. They're like, no, this is the employee law. I'm like, but I was directed to go in through here. And he's like, no, you're supposed to be over there. I'm like, then
mm.
why did they release the chains and allow me to go through here? And they're like, I have no idea, to be honest with you. And so I'm like, how do I get out of here? And he's like, yeah, you're going to have to go through these chains, which is like where the bus area is. Because sometimes
Right.
they have employees dropped off at that bus area. And I'm like, sitting here, like, do these people have any clue what they're doing here? Because, like, I'm driving around like crazy. They're just standing around here directing people into the employee law. I wasn't the only one doing that. And it was a mess. They really got to do a better job fixing the parking at that arena. It sucks. So luckily I go in. I'm at the right place to scan. The ladies did a good job scanning me in for my parking pass. They were really nice. I really wish I got the guy's name who helped me get out of the employee lot. He had like long hair, braided hair. He was a really nice man. Whoever you are, shout out to you. But the guys who, when you drive in, there's like two guys standing and directing you. Those guys were the ones that were pointing people into the wrong direction. it was just a mess. And luckily, I got to where I was about to park. I was there for a little bit. Then I got out to go meet you, Shake. We walked in. We got to the ticket concierge area. A little chaotic because there were a lot of people, trying to get tickets to the event. This event was packed. Like, I think the number was 7,600 around there.
Yeah, it was in that neighborhood. It was a lot. They had a lot of people there.
I wouldn't be shocked if they had more. I thought it was more, but they did a good job selling this show. The ticket crew was great, especially with how chaotic it was. I give them all the credit in the world. The ticket takers, I mean, we only got to see 2 of them. They could do a better job of like letting people know that there were 2 areas to scan their tickets. I mean, when we walked in, we thought it was just the one. So I wish they did a better job with that. And the ushers were really good. They were really good. I was actually in the wrong row for like the first Enzo match, and then I had to go to the row below that, and there were just these 2 guys that were there. They're like, "Oh no, we don't have tickets to go this far up. We're just trying to get free seats," and they just kept going closer and closer and closer.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
There's only like certain levels where like they're actually going to check your tickets if you're supposed to be there. People do that all the time.
This is the main concourse though, and like people are like going in seats that they didn't pay for. It was a mess, but I liked the arena. It was a really good experience to go back there to go as a fan. Definitely got to work on the parking. Definitely got to work a little bit more on like ensuring that people aren't going up in their rows. But I enjoyed it. And the venue, when you go inside, it's pretty basic, but really, really nice. You would love it for Islander games because there's more to do, especially because the second concourse was open. We didn't get to go up there, but in the main concourse, it was really cool.
Yeah, no, it looked good. I was a fan of the arena. Nothing insane, but like it's a newer arena. It's clean. And the match we saw first, we did a little bit of fan interviews. Those will be coming up on the Stadium Rant channel here shortly as well. But yeah, we saw the Zilla Fatu, Josh Bishop, and Enzo. Oh, well, does he go by Enzo? No, I think it's the real one now. Yeah. He goes by the real one now, formerly known as Enzo Amore, against Jake Something, Steve Macklin, and Mance Warner. Zilla Fatu and the real one, Josh Bishop, they did end up getting that victory. That's cool, kind of who I thought was going to win. It was a pretty fun match. Saw some interesting things, but it was really impressive. I haven't seen Zilla work yet, so that was really cool for me to watch him. And he's impressive, man. He's one of those guys I could see being up on the main roster pretty soon.
Yeah, I don't know if it's going to be pretty soon. I think he's going to be in TNA for a while to come, especially with this new rope break. The faction's actually called Rope Breakers, which I think is freaking great. Enzo Amore, like he's one of the classic examples of wasted potential in WWE, which, by the way, is on his fault. He should have kept his mouth shut, kept cool. Probably would still be in WWE right now, but him working in the ring and him cutting the promo, he still got it. And
he put on a lot of muscle.
He absolutely did put a lot of muscle. He looks great. I just wish this if there was a match I wish was on the main card, this would be it.
Yeah, I mean, both pre-show matches were tough. I wouldn't have minded seeing, the Inspiration on the main card either. They did end up losing, so I mean, I get.
The Eric Young pre-show match didn't surprise me. I mean, that was just that didn't need to be on the main card, but
yeah,
this was a new faction debuting. That's why I thought they would get the main card. But yeah, Enzo, he's still got plenty left in the tank.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I'm excited to see what he ends up doing, him and Zilla. I'll definitely pay attention to Fourth Rope a little bit more, so I guess that promotion worked for them. Shout out Fourth Rope. In the first match on the main card, Mustafa Ali of Order 4 took on Cedric Alexander, who stood up for the business and kind of put his foot down against the Order of 4, looking for some revenge. Did get that victory. Really fun match. I know that's something you were excited about. with their matches, the 205 Live, the Cruiserweight Championship, that kind of stuff. Those two have always been fantastic together. They didn't disappoint yet again.
Yeah, absolutely. This was the match I was looking forward to the most, and it was such a fun match. There were two big things I want to mention here. First off, oh my god, I thought Mustafa Ali broke his neck with that suicide dive bump where he landed like right on his neck. Oh, That was a bad bump, but luckily he finished the match. Two, surprised they had Ali win because Cedric just debuted in TNA, but it was still a really good match. And that lumbar check that he gave to Tasha Steelz. Oh my god! I think she got the height too. Oh my god! I mean, she's worked in Ring of Honor like in her early career, and I think was a part of the NWA bit. But my god, she took that bump really well.
Yeah, she did. That's probably what I remember most from that match. Was that lumbar check that he delivered. It was really fun. Mustafa looked good. I mean, they wrestled really well in the beginning of that match, feeling each other out. I was really impressed when I saw that match. I was like, okay, we're in for a pretty darn good show. Up next, we had NXT's Dark State take on the System and the local boy, Long Island's own Matt Cardona. It was great to see him. The energy was great in the building. That he's a local guy. He was giving love to the crowd as well. That was a really fun one. We saw Sabu tribute in that. It was always great to see Cardona pick up a little victory in the Long Island area.
Yeah, quick match. I think that if I remember correctly, this was like the quickest match of the night on the main card. Like it went by fast. Let's be real. The only reason why this has got on the main card was so they could book Matt Cardona on the show and Brian Myers, aka Kurt Hawkins. So, and I just gotta say this, and I know we're specifically talking TNA, but WWE. Stop trying to make Retribution 2.0 a thing. I can't buy into Dark State. I'm sorry. I can't. They remind me too much of Retribution. And it's clear they're trying to copy and paste to see if it works this time. And I'm sorry, it's not working.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's definitely a better attempt. I just don't know that it's a better result.
It's better. It's better than Mia Yim basically having an aneurysm or whatever the hell she did in the ring. Remember that, where she was like having like those like aneurystic seizures in the ring. It was so weird. I don't understand what they were doing there.
But yeah, I mean, it wasn't great. I'm glad they got the little hometown victory there for Cardona, as well as Brian Myers, like you said. Moving right along to probably the first big reaction of the entire evening.
Oh, there was a reaction, all right.
Yeah, Tessa Blanchard versus Indy Hartwell. It was a pretty good match, honestly. Maybe a little bit better than I expected. Mostly because I hadn't seen much of Indy since she left WWE. Never lost her NXT Women's Championship, by the way, which was kind of pushed to the side after that. Quite unfortunate, but that does happen. But looked good, got the win against Tesha. And what we're talking about here, anybody watching this, if you didn't watch the show, Tessa's reputation caught up to her and the crowd let her know it. The "she's a racist" chants were absolutely booming to the point where both Professor and I, sitting in different sections, were asked separately, wow, I didn't know what that was about. Why were they calling her racist? To which we, educated, but it was booming. And King Will, who, if you watch the show, King Will even mentioned he heard the chants and it was crazy. You couldn't even hear the commentators.
Why did TNA think it was a good idea to bring Tessa back is beyond me. She's never going to work in WWE full time because of how the "she's a racist" chants keeps popping up everywhere she goes. She's never going to get over that. I just don't see her. The thing that sucks too is Tessa's got talent, but her attitude and her ego really costed her. And I just don't see. And the worst part too is Alicia Fox, who actually was Victoria Crawford in TNA. She looks a lot better than the last time I saw her. She really does. I think she got herself clean now and she's sober. She had a bad alcohol issue in WWE. But yeah, she had it was a tough thing for her. But Tessa's never going to live this down because those chants were loud. And apparently they heard it over broadcasting. I think JC even said like he heard it. Like there's I just don't see Tessa ever working in WWE ever. I just don't see it. And she's got nobody to blame but herself for that because that woman was on top of the wrestling world, carried the men's Impact Championship, and she threw it all away. But besides that, the match was good. Indy Hartwell, I always said, is great in the ring. They didn't give her time on the main roster. They didn't, and I hated how they basically kind of threw her to the side. And when Candice LeRae basically joined Nia Jax, that I don't know where she is now, but when she joined Nia Jax, I legitimately said to you, and I remembered, she's done. She was done.
Yeah.
And it sucked. But good match. Even though Tessa attacking the comment, I forgot what her name was, the interviewer, and then getting suspended at the end of the show was kind of intriguing. Maybe they'll do like a suspension-like story. But one thing we can both agree on, she's a racist.
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking it's like, I mean, it's great she has heat, like, as a heel, that's what you want, but it's like, you don't want that kind of heat because that's a little too real. It's just, it's not a good look. I don't disagree. She probably won't be in the WWE. But yeah, it's tough, and we can move right along. Masha Slamovich versus JC Jane. One of the first shocking decisions of the evening, in my opinion. I really thought Masha was going to win, take home both titles. She didn't. JC got it done. It was a good match. It was fun. Masha looked really good. Shows that she is like a big future in this business. And I think this just goes to show more that, I mean, this is something you mentioned also, that why have JC Jane be the champion? Well, I mean, it's clearly there's some type of long-term plan going for her at this point, and she's winning. She's got a huge win over a legitimate competitor, and I don't hate it. It was the first letdown of the night. And I think, as far as letdowns go, it was a pretty good way to do it as opposed to what other things we saw. But this match was good. I enjoyed it. Congratulations, JC.
Yeah, not the greatest match in the world. Like, it was okay, but I knew that. I think I was the only one that said this on the podcast, on the Ringside podcast, that JC was going to win because I thought they clearly were going to have JC win it, and I thought in the main event that they were going to have Trick lose it. We'll get to that later, but yeah, I like what they're doing here. Masha losing the belt. It was time for her to lose it. I felt she held it a little long, but not bad. JC's champion, makes her look strong. I just wonder, like, who in TNA is going to take that belt off of her?
Yeah, I mean that's to be answered, and it's kind of the cool thing, right? It's like, well, who's going to do it now? It's an opportunity for somebody to step up. We'll see who that ends up being.
Yeah, imagine if WWE decided to release one of their talents and they have TNA sign that talent and have her be the one to make it. That would be. I mean, even though we know Cora Jade's on a hiatus and whatever is going on with her, I hope she's okay. But Cora Jade would be perfect for that if she ever wants to return. But I don't know what's going on there, but we'll see. We'll see. They're intriguing me here.
A lot of time to see what happens, see how it unfolds. Leon Slater took on the dominant X Division champion Moose in what is arguably the best match of the night. I have a different opinion on that, but I have admitted that is a biased opinion. I'm willing to listen and partially agree that this may have been pound for pound the best match of the night, considering it had no stipulation, nothing fancy going on about it. These two gentlemen simply wrestled, and it was a fantastic match. I had the opportunity to sit next to a friend of AJ Francis. If you're seeing this, probably won't, but if you do, great guy. I told him before this match was starting, we were talking about wrestling a little bit. He didn't know, and I was talking to him about it. And I just happened to mention, as he was coming out, I said, I know you don't watch wrestling a lot, but if you ever watch in the future, this kid's a stud. And he did not disappoint. Leon balled. He hit a front flip over the ring post onto Moose. He had a 450 swanton. He had a regular swanton onto Moose. He performed so well, and Moose threw everything at him that he usually does. Leon withstood. Fantastic match. New X Division champion. And then AJ Styles came out to his old TNA song. The crowd went off. It was awesome. Excellent moment. Leon deserved it. I thought AJ was going to attack him. Just gave Leon a well-deserved flowers. I loved everything about it.
This was my match of the night. I loved this match. And you know how big of a Moose guy I am. This guy's like 41. And he's that good. He really is. And I got to tell you, Leon Slater, they really have something in this kid. He reminds me so much of a much younger Too Cold Scorpio back in the 90s. And I like what I'm seeing from Leon and the moves he makes. It sounds like Moose is going to take time off because of injury. I was on his social media, and it sounds like with some of the posts he's been putting up, it sounds like he's taking time off of injury. I mean, kudos to him. He deserves it. The man's a worker. And I like Moose. I really do. And Leon Slater's the future. This was the right choice for them to make. And just AJ Styles giving Leon Slater the flowers was really, really cool. And thank God TNA gave him his TNA song and not his phenomenal WWE song. So perfect. Loved everything about this match. My favorite of the night. I can see why you think the next match is better, but the reason why I like this match better is because it's a singles match. I was entertained throughout, and I kind of like the fact that AJ Styles got here instead of Bully Ray. And, we'll talk about it later. But overall, Leon Slater, if you're watching this right now, good job. Moose, you're amazing. Get better once you're healthy. I can't wait to see you back.
Absolutely. And my match of the night, a fatal four-way ladder match, Rascals, Nemitz, Hardys, and First Class. Awesome match, start to finish. Rascals were the butt of a lot of jokes, unfortunately, as far as the match goes. First Class really impressed me. AJ Francis, my God, sitting next to his buddy, watching him hit that moonsault was a whole different experience. Everybody in the arena loved it. That bump he took on the outside of the ladder. Yeah, I don't know if we're talking about kids anytime soon in his future.
He's lucky he didn't break his leg with that bump.
That's the more serious thing.
I don't know what he was thinking with that bump, but oh my God, that was bad. And you could tell when he was like selling, his leg was trapped like in the ladder. That could have been so bad for him. The moonsault I didn't think he could do a moonsault.
I didn't either. I was stunned by that.
I mean, good on AJ Francis. I mean, the weak links of this group was the Rascals, and that's mainly because Trey Miguel was supposed to be in the match, but he got injured. Myron did okay, but Zachary Wentz is Zachary Wentz. I think he's good, and I predict Gigi Dolan will sign with TNA because I know both of them are a couple, and I think it would be perfect for them to go there. The Nemeths are great as always, but man, the Hardy Boys, we all knew they were going to win, and I like the fact that he had like one of those like. What's that type of ladder? It's like the nylon
rope ladder. Yeah.
Oh boy, what's it called? Yeah. The ones that like stunt the rope ladders, the ones that like stuntmen use, or like people who I guess do construct. Yeah, those type of ladders. Very, very creative. And him doing the dance up there, I'm like, no, get down, don't do.
I got a great video of that. And watching that, I'd never seen the Hardys before. That was a dream come true, watching them win the tag titles. And Jeff looked great. I mean, we talk about Matt. He looked really good, too, in that match. I mean, the spot they hit, the twist of fates on the chair to the Nemesis was unbelievable. And the spot when Jeff brought the rope ladder down, he hit the button, Matt goes to the back to grab the ladder, he comes out, sees the rope ladder, he's like, I grabbed this for no reason, like throws his hand. That was so funny too.
Why didn't he just grab the ladder on the stage?
I thought they were all broke. Oh, there was
No,
one
there
left
was
on the
one
stage.
ladder
Oh,
still up. I'm like, why didn't you just grab that
oh.
ladder? Why'd you have to go with the back?
I thought they were all broken because they broke 4 of them.
Oh my god. One of them
Yeah,
wasn't like completely broken. It was like kind
2
of
of them.
broken.
2
Yeah,
of them.
yeah.
The ones
And
the Rascals were supposed to go through on the steel steps, I think they took too much of the weight. Like the steel steps were too thick and took
yeah.
too much of the weight. But I don't think the side guardrail would have held up enough. I don't know. It would have been too dangerous, but it did allow us to see two swantons that we probably would have only gotten one. But I mean, yeah, that was awesome. And then Bully Ray comes out at the end. You kind of teased it there. Comes out at the end and says we're getting one more match between Team 3D and the Hardys to determine, the greatest tag team of all time. I mean, obviously, we're just going to throw that term around, right? I mean, that's going to be highly contested. Usos, New Day, obviously, Demolition, Road Warriors, who Bully Ray nicely mentioned as well, which is great. But that'll be
you
interesting.
have to throw the Midnight Express in there as a tag team. They were
There's
great.
just so many.
We can name a top one. We could do a top 100 list if we ever have the time and want to do it. But
yeah,
watching, and even both of them said the best tag team was the Road Warriors, which I absolutely agree.
yeah.
There's a few things I gotta say. Number one, of course, Bully Ray go to TNA after WWE does a partnership because he loves kissing WWE's behind. Number two, Devon, where was he? Never got explained. Number three, I'm surprised they're allowing Devon to wrestle because of his health issues. And I remember reading he almost died a few years ago due to how bad his health issues was.
Yeah.
I don't know how long the match will be, but Bully's definitely going to be taking more of the bumps. And I don't know what his schedule is. You got to have Spike Dudley on the show. You got to have Spike Dudley in this.
Well, he did say Team 3D, so I wouldn't be surprised if it was Spike and Bubba with just Devon there.
Yeah, but that wouldn't be a surprise to me at all. I mean, my goodness.
Yeah,
Man.
I mean, we're closing up on time here.
Yeah.
We had the main event, Joe Hendry, Trick Williams, and Mike Santana. Honestly, the biggest surprise of the night. And, I don't hate the fact that, Mike Santana didn't win necessarily. I understand the heel letdown, and I didn't have the Hardys winning. So the more I thought about it, I was like, okay, you have the Hardys win right before that. That makes sense. But it was the way they went about it. Trick just laid on the ramp the whole time. If he had went to the back and you had a little bit longer and it was like, oh, Trick's done. But he just sat there and it was like, it was kind of like, okay. And he just runs out and doesn't really do much. With a moment like that, if you want to have that letdown, have Trick really steal it. You know what I mean? That didn't feel like the way you wanted that to go down if you were going to have that type of reaction not be granted. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Disappointment. This was a disappointing main event, and I think it's creative malpractice that they didn't have Mike Santana walk out as champion with how
that's where we differ.
He was, with how hot he was with that crowd, like how big he was in New York. I don't know how you not have Mike Santana walk out as champion. That was the perfect time to do it. And I just don't understand why they didn't have the opportunity to crown Mike Santana. I don't get it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have, like I said, I don't have an issue with him losing, especially if you look at it in the grand scheme, okay, this is definitely to build a Trick thing. I immediately looked to how I felt at WrestleMania 38 when I was live in person and I watched Roman Reigns unify the titles, and I could not have rolled my eyes any harder. And I'm not trying to compare. I guess in a way I am, and I guess in a way I am apologizing for comparing Trick Williams to Roman Reigns there, but I don't know. It builds up this thing with Trick Williams. I think if you wanted to do that, this was not the way to do it. I don't like with the decision on how you got there. I don't mind you having that huge letdown. I really don't mind that in pro wrestling because it's not all about that feel good feeling. And I understand where you're coming from. If you were going to give Mike Santana the belt, that was probably the place and time, and now it's like when and where. But
And I don't even think the match was that good, to be honest with you. Like, I like Joe
It was
Henry,
rushed.
but yeah, I was about to say, it felt rushed. Like, I don't know if they were, like, pressed for time or, like, I don't know what they were. Like, that main event was a big disappointment. And I just felt like it could have done better. The weakest part of the show was the main event. I liked the majority of it. If I were to get grade, you want to grade out 5 or 10?
Oh, let's give it 5. Traditionally, wrestling is out of the 5.
Yeah. I'm gonna give it a 4.2. I'm giving it an extra 0.25 because we were at the show. But I can't give it a 4.5 with that main event, and it just felt rushed and a little sloppy. But besides that, and maybe like you could maybe nitpick here and say like maybe like the Masha Slamovich ending was a little sloppy. But besides that, really good show. I loved it.
Yeah, excellent show. Can't wait to see more. Definitely going to be reporting on TNA much more frequently on the Ringside Rant podcast.
I want to conclude with one thing, and I don't know if they're ever going to listen to this or not. TNA, Carlos Silva, God, what's his name? Ross. I don't know if you're watching this. Thank you so much for inviting us to the show. We extremely appreciate it. We had a good time. Thank you so much. Thank you, Stadium Rant. Thank you, JC, for helping us out through this. We love you guys so much. Thank you so much. That's all I have to say. Go ahead, Jason. Go ahead.
Yeah, just wrapping it up there. Yeah, excellent opportunity. Appreciate, Stadium Rant for allowing us to get there. TNA for, accepting our bid, inviting us out there. Excellent time. Would love to do more stuff in the future. Insane opportunity. Make sure you check out Stadium Rant on their social media. I got the link posted down below our website as well. Hit that like and subscribe button. It really comes from all of you guys in chat, hitting that button, supporting our channel that allow us to do things like this. We'll keep it more coming for you in the future. Until Thursday, have a good one.